Hey yo, what's up? My name is Myne. Welcome back to the Hytale Podcast. Before this episode starts, just wanted to give a quick explanation to why it starts in the middle of random discussion and not with an introduction. That's because this smart person right here did not record the audio for the first 6 minutes, and the camera audio is not really usable, as you'll see why very shortly. Give a summary of what happened. Chris is not here this week, and so I decided, you know what? I can do a podcast myself. I'm strong. I'm big. I'm a big boy like that. And I did not want to leave you guys without an episode. So without further ado, here's the episode. It'd be awesome if you go to a Quebec Village maybe a week later and it's completely changed because it's able to self-autonomize itself. Same with all the other things, or even interactions. Maybe there's a secret... Okay. We're doing fountain tricks now. This beam is very close to hitting me. So, very glad I'm not getting wet. If that middle one were on... Oh, I don't think you can see it. I would be getting soaked right now. So I guess you're getting a bit of change of scenery. Yeah, if like a Quebec and a Troy camp could go to war while you're not doing anything at all, that'd be super awesome. Or maybe if the quests kind of work like that. Yeah, I really hope that there is some sort of autonomy within the Hytale ecosystem and within the world of Orbis. And this doesn't have to be just Orbis, Nexus, Numdrazzle as well. All of that would be super awesome to see. And one of my hopes, because if you leave a Quebec camp and come back like a month later and it's the exact same you left it and nothing changed, all the Quebecs are doing the same things, I don't know, it'd feel kind of odd. I hope this water's not too loud. I hope I'm going to be able to edit that out. Let's see. Tinny asks, are you single? I'm married to Hytale. Yeah, I am single. I guess. Next question. Territe asks, does anyone own you? Okay. If so, could you say mine is mine? Okay, real question. How did you meet Chris? This is a lot of questions here. Does anyone own you? I guess I own myself. I have self-ownership. I am sweating. Holy cow, it is hot. Yeah, I own myself. If you could say mine is mine. If so, could you say mine is... Yeah, if someone were to own me, they'd say mine is mine. It's a weird concept to think about. How did I meet Chris? I mean, I guess just through... I want to say through the creator Discord, High Circle. I don't think I talked to Chris before I got into there. And then I think the first time we talked was with my Scribble.io video. I did a video 2-3 years ago now, where I invited a bunch of Hytale creators to play Hytale Scribble.io. It's a very funny video. And I think that's the first time I interacted, but I didn't really do anything with Chris apart from that. We kind of interacted on Twitter and just talked more like casually on Discord, and then we just kind of grew closer like that. I don't think there was like a specific moment where we like met. So I guess I'd say the Scribble.io video. Gelf asks, how in-depth do you think PvP combat could be? Or rather, how high do you think the skill ceiling for PvP could be? We don't know a lot about the PvP, and that's something that they want to show us in future blog posts or trailers. Trailers? Maybe? I'm still recording. I'm very paranoid that I'm not recording. It's not showing anything. Why is it so dark? I assume... Yeah. Okay, it's still recording. Combat is something that they've wanted to show us for a very long time. They've put out tweets. John Hendrick specifically talked about it, and even in the last blog post, they're like, we're really... Or, I don't know if it's the last blog post, but regardless, they're really excited to show us whatever the combat changes are. There's a dragonfly here. And I think there's going to be a huge overhaul. I mean, we saw the last video with the PvP where we saw the two people duel in an arena, and at the very end of the video, we were like, one is a human, one is an AI. Watching back, we can kind of tell, but first watching, no one had an idea that was an AI. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I hope that the weapon abilities really add some skill ceiling. There's a chance for that to go really wrong or really right, because in one world, you could just spam abilities and it's not really skillful, right? You just hit left click for your normal attack, wait till your ability is back, you just kind of ability spam, and that's the meta. I hope that the way that the PvP works is a lot more methodical and a lot harder. Different weapon types should be able to do that, and I don't know. That's something we'll have to see. My hope is that it's very high skill ceiling. I'm personally not a PvP player, so it doesn't interest me too much. But I know Chris, for example, said he wants to be the best PvPer in the world. Good luck on that. I don't think that's going to happen, real talk, but we can wish him luck on that. So yeah, I think there is going to be a high skill ceiling, especially because of the weapon variation and all the abilities, but we'll just have to see. I really do see a world where it is just very brain dead and you just button mash. So let's hope that doesn't happen. You guys are talking in the question chat. I love that. Love to see that. How do you think Hytale speedrunning will work? Will you only have to beat the final boss like Minecraft, or do you have to go through full progression in Terrarium? So I think we've had an episode specifically on speedrunning, but it really depends on what the speedrun category is. Because with Hytale, you have two specific modes that you could very well speedrun. You could speedrun the story, or you could speedrun whatever the adventure mode is, or the creative mode, rather, it is. So if the creative mode has some sort of end, I don't think it is. Maybe that would be like all achievements speedrun, whoever can get the achievements the fastest, or all items speedrun, kind of that would be more on the creative side. And then in terms of the speedruns for the story, there's going to be a lot of them, I think. If there's like different main quests, there's going to be speedruns for whoever can beat the quest the fastest. Or if there's like a line of bosses to beat, then one of the speedruns will be how many bosses can you beat in a certain amount of time, or who can beat the bosses fastest. Or if the final boss is Varen and you can skip everything, then it'd be how fast can you beat Varen. Then there's going to be 100%. So there's a whole large variety for what kind of speedruns are available. And I think it's going to be a very, very flourishing scene. Let's see. Mikey Hugh asks, what similarities do you see between how the combat and magic interact? Example, enchantments, durability, combo attacks, etc. Do we know anything about the magic? Not really, no, right? The only magic we've really seen is the infamous skeleton clip. I keep on thinking it's going to turn off. I guess now the side one's turning off. Very elaborate fountain system. The only real skeleton duel we've seen is with the magic book, and that looked very basic. You just kind of charge it and blast the attack. That's something I don't think I can really answer. I hope there's a big difference. We've talked about this in a lot of previous episodes, where my hope is that there's maybe a skill tree for the different types of enchantments. And we have gotten a teaser from, was it John or Buddha? I think it was John, talking about how in your personal world you can kind of customize the magic, so that could probably add some depth there. But yeah, I think that, I don't know, right now it doesn't look very, very advanced, but I don't think that's something they've really shown us, since we only have that one clip, maybe two clips to look at the magic. We've seen the melee combat and all of that. We haven't really seen the ranged weapons either. We've seen the crossbow in the original trailer with the Skywars clip, but we haven't seen bows and arrows and all of that. I'm a big fan of bows and arrows in a lot of games, so I really hope that feels really good to use. And there's like the three branches, melee, bows, like the ranged bows and arrows, crossbows, whatever, throwing spears, and then magic. So yeah, magic is something that I hope they really do explore a lot more, and we get to see a lot more about. Let's see. Question related to this: do you think Hytale will add albinism or melanism to mobs? Well, we've had the teaser that albinos could be in the game. We've talked about it in, I believe, the second to last episode, where we kind of mentioned it being like a shiny form of a mod, right? So kind of like in Pokemon, where there's a 1 in 4,000 chance for you to get this special variant of a Pokemon, or even in Minecraft to get like a pink sheep, for example. Something like that in Hytale. An albino Varen, an albino spider. I think that'd be super cool. I don't think Varen's gonna be albino, but I really do hope that we get some albino mods and even melanism. That's something we didn't bring up, but that's also a really cool idea. I really do like that. Let's see, what is the next question? Jimmy the Fish asks, do you think the pets will have a unique way of fighting? Yeah, 100%. I mean, will a dog fight the same way as a raptor? No, of course not. So a raptor will attack the way a raptor will, and then a dog will attack. A raptor you can hopefully ride and then attack from the raptor. A dog you can more difficultly ride. I don't think they'll add that in the game, to be honest. Will probably be a mod. But, yeah. So the ways that pets will attack will 100% be different. Wolves will attack like wolves. Raptors will attack like raptors. And then whatever other animals. If you can tame a bear, which I don't think is possible in real life, but maybe in Hytale you can tame a bear, then a bear will attack different than a raptor and both a wolf. So yeah, I do think that pets will attack different. Like Trorks have wolves as pets. Oh, okay, right, because we have seen that there's like, what are they called, like Beastmasters or something? Tamers. Trorks have been shown to have these like kind of more undead wolves. Yeah, I think all of the different enemies will have different, whatever the pets is will attack differently, because that's a new entity and a new mob. So whatever the wolf is, maybe all of the like the wolf archetypes will have a similar attack pattern. That could be real. Let's see what is next. Bum 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 bum. And then we finished the questions. Let's see what time we are at. We're at 16 minutes. We're going to talk a bit more. Let me check Twitter, to be honest, if there's any new tweets, because to my knowledge, they've been very busy. I think someone on Twitter mentioned that there were not really any tweets, and Buddha was like, yeah, I've been really, really busy. Is that a good thing? I think so, because if they're busy, that means they're working on the game, and that means the game is going to come out sooner. Let's go ahead and check Mr. Buddha Cat's tweets right now. Usually I have them pulled up in a tab, but obviously the circumstances are different. Ah, there's one. So Lynn posted on Twitter, I know there's a 0% chance you're able to confirm this existence, but Scarrick Tank Cosmetics. Blink twice if yes. This question was asked a long time ago. There's no date on this, but it was asked a long time ago, and there was really no answer on this. So, Scarrick Tank Mask Cosmetic. And then John, I believe yesterday said, I blinked and a week had passed. And then Lynn quote retweeted that, said, just one more blink, because you need to blink twice to confirm it. And then Buddha Cat replied to it saying, all I can confirm is that I did indeed pass your request onto the team when you first mentioned it years ago. And then a winky, like, tongue out emoji. So we only need one more eye to blink, because we've had 2 eyes blink from John, and now 1 eye would blink from Buddha. Buddha needs to blink one more time, or John, and then we get the confirmation. So that leads into a cool discussion. Will we have mobs as cosmetics? A lot of video games might have the enemies or animals as a mask. I mean, in Minecraft, we have like a creeper head, a skeleton head, or even like a pig's head. And then you can wear that, or even the Ender Dragon head, you know, for beating the final boss. Or I guess now it's in the end chip thing. But I really do hope that we do get some sort of cosmetics where we can dress up as the mobs. For example, the Scarrick Tank mask. I mean, that is like perfectly made for like a character's face, but even like a Trork mask. I know that, oh, there's a car coming. I hope or a golf cart. So, let's wait for them to pass. Hello. I mentioned Breath of the Wild a lot, but Breath of the Wild, for example, has these masks where if you put on an enemy mask, they see you as friendly. Or I don't know if Genshin Impact has that as well. I don't think so, never mind. But I know for a fact that Breath of the Wild has masks where if you put them on, the enemies think you are them. So for example, if you put on a Trork mask, Trorks think you are one of them, and therefore won't attack you. I think that could be a really cool mechanic that they could add, and could add for a lot of cool plays, even story moments or funny clips. That'd be really funny to see how their AI interacts with you being a friend. They like start sniffing you and everything. I think that'd be super funny. Let's see if Mr. Buddha Cat said anything else. Yes, it was Wild Slicer that tweeted to John and Buddha saying, you've been very quiet. You happen to be busy again. And then Buddha replied saying, Lamau, yes, been pretty busy this past week or so. However, being quiet doesn't always equal insanely busy. Sometimes we're quiet for the sake of quiet. Okay, so I kind of construed their words. I remember the words insanely busy, but it doesn't mean they're insanely busy. Why are they not insanely busy? I want the game out. I want the game now. I need them to be insanely busy for them to be able to work on the game, for me to be able to play the game. So They might not have been extremely busy this past week. They might have been just quiet for the sake of being quiet. But that leads to a question. Why are they being quiet? Hello? We have a podcast to run. I'm at like 20 minutes and I don't have enough things to talk about. Are you kidding me? John, Buddha, we need your tweets. We need your tweets for the podcast. What else are we going to talk about? What are we going to clickbait? How am I going to clickbait this? I really have no clue. Maybe I'm not going to clickbait it. Maybe we're just going to have an intimate moment. This is not going to get a lot of views. If whoever do watches it, no, I love you. Thank you for watching this episode. Especially without Chris. Rest in peace. I see him up there. Sad that he passed. I will build a memorial for Chris when Hytale does come out. But yeah, why are they not talking? They said that they're not insanely busy. Well, does that mean they are holding out a silence to be able to talk something? Or they were like, hey, you know what? We've given them like 100 tweets to talk about. Maybe we'll calm down a bit. Maybe we'll calm down a bit and give them a bit of, let them know what the past year was like. Because, I mean, to be fair, we have had the last year of 2022 through the start of 2023 was the most silent period of Hytale history. So any sort of tweets is awesome. Even if it's maybe just one a week, once every 2 weeks, etc. It's still better than what we had before. So we have to remember what we have now versus what we had and not take it for granted. Let's see. Mr. Buddha Cat. I don't think there's going to be anything else here because they were silent. So let me go into one more viewer question. I think we're going to cut this a bit short just because we don't have Chris here. Don't want to hold you guys for too long, but I do want to make it a length of a podcast. Another golf cart coming through. All right. He's got cool sunglasses on. God damn. Okay. Podcast questions. I'm going to answer some of these without Chris. Chris is also watching this for the first time. He has no clue I'm doing this. Let's see. Is this sorted by time? This is not sorted. Oh, no. Why does it not sort by date posted on mobile? It's so weird. Okay. Vid asks, would there be classes in Hytale like there are in Terraria? So in Terraria, right after Wall of Flesh, players spec into melee, ranged, or magic. They spend resources for that specific class, making melee less viable for mages, and vice versa. You can still use a sword as a mage, but the trinkets and armors you equip increase damage for spellcasting. Is it possible Hytale will have similar mechanics? Maybe the different weapons have armor pieces which enhance power for a specific weapon. That makes speccing into a single weapon more viable than all of them. I'm going to stand up because this is a very hard... This is not a floor. Wall? Wall, I guess. I think, I could be wrong, but I believe at the very start of Hytale's release, back in like 2019, they talked about that there isn't going to be a sort of class system, or maybe not class system, it was something about tiers, or like the progression is more like you level up with the weapons you find. So once you find a new weapon, you are now in that tier sort of thing. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to do classes. It wouldn't really make sense for a sandbox game. Obviously Terraria has that, and it works well for them, but I think it kind of eliminates a bit of the freedom that you would have in Hytale. And I think the flexibility and the freedom of what you have with being able to choose every single type of weapon, and maybe you do want all 3 weapons at one time, even though your inventory is probably going to be very low. I think that's going to be the thing. Now, in terms of what it's going to look like for multiplayer, you never know. There's 100% going to be classes in like Sky Wars or Bed Wars and all of the mini games that you will see in the Hypixel server. But will it be in the story, in the survival? I highly doubt it. I'm going to be completely honest. Although the idea is cool, and we will hopefully maybe get some mods regarding that. That'd be awesome. Let's see. What is the next one? Light. Vid once again asks, so we know there are caves in Minecraft. Monsters spawn with 0 light. Will Hytale be the same? If so, then the caves with blue spider eggs would be very safe. My idea is that different light gives out different mobs, or that these spawn eggs or that these eggs spawn mobs. yeah, that's a good idea, that those could be like the replacement for monster spawners. We really don't know anything about the light, and I think that's something we talked about very recently. Did I stop recording? No, I did not. Okay, thank God. I think that's something we talked about very recently as well, because of creepers. Something that I hate is that when you're building a really cool build, you have to light up every single inch of that build in Minecraft with a torch or a glowstone block to stop creepers from spawning, or even regular mobs from spawning, but specifically creepers because they blow up your build. I hope that doesn't happen, because I really, especially roofs, that is the most annoying thing in Minecraft. I have angry times in my past that you have to put torches or some kind of light on the roofs, because, well, there's no light on the roofs. The mobs can spawn up there unless you use a block like a stair block where they can't spawn on, but sometimes you don't want that. That's really annoying. So I really hope that Hytale doesn't have it where if you just reach a certain light level, mobs spawn. I think it's really annoying in terms of the creativity in building. It limits you in that respective. So that's my personal hope. If it's realistic, I mean, our ideas were that the mobs spawn in zones. For example, Twerks only spawn in Twerk camps. Spiders spawn near those spider eggs, as you said. So that's my hope and my guess. And then we'll finish this episode off with Vid once again asking, do you think World Edit will be in the game? Maybe not the exact copy. Well, Vid, you're a fake Hytale fan, because we have seen World Edit like features many times before. We've seen you be able to place prefab structures such as a tree, just plop down trees instantly. In one of the recent I say recent, it's not a very recent blog post, but in one of the blog posts we saw in, I believe it was zone 4, in like this lava-y area, this volcanic area, just complete world terraforming with these tools. We've seen World Edit in, I believe the trailer had World Edit where you can World Edit a house. We've seen so many instances of it. I think it'll be more powerful. It'll be more free, because Minecraft is of course very limiting. The Hytale team comes from Hypixel, and they know the limitations of Minecraft. They know what they wish they could add if they made their own game, and I mean, that's the reason Hytale exists. So I'm sure everything that you wish were possible in Minecraft will be here, as well as everything you can already do. I think that's going to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching in this out of the ordinary location. If you haven't yet subscribed, we're trying to be at Hytale Spins. We are 1/3 of the way there. They're around 1,500 subs. We're around 500 subs at the moment of speaking. So if you could do that, that'd be very awesome. There's a scooter guy coming right at me. Let's let him pass. Bit of a Easter egg for the end of the episode if you're here. And comment down below if you like this episode. Put a lot of effort into it, as you can see. I say that right now, but I haven't put much effort into it. Well, I have. But hopefully in the edit you'll be able to appreciate that a lot more than what Chris normally does. So, that's the end of the episode. Peace out. Thank you for watching.